on. I'm very grateful for the call, Rob, and I'm sure that you'll make contact with each other to discuss the possibility of that talk or whatever it might be. We've got more questions to come, but Rob, thank you for kicking us off. Anne in Netheredge has got a question about trees as well. Anne, good morning.
Good morning, Roni.
You're through to Julie Dore.
Good morning, Julie.
Good morning, Anne.
I also have a question about trees, but mine is very specific. You may be aware of the Star article recently, where actually it states that there's supposed to be the panel now. I'm sure you'll know that Councillor Fox is setting up the panel to actually canvass the opinion of residents on streets where trees are threatened with felling. But we've had this farcical situation, if you don't mind me saying so, whereby people are actually receiving the letters about the consultation after the trees have actually been felled. And as I say, there is an article recently, I'm not sure if it's last night or the night before, just forgive me for that, about this very thing. And again, it's caused absolute outrage among people, particularly those of us that are very involved with the tree campaign, because I honestly can't work out whether this is incompetence or whether it's about something more sinister.
Julie Dore.
Anne, I can understand your outrage of a situation where we say that we will canvass households about their opinion about the trees on their street, and then in the meantime we go out and fell them. I would be outraged too. I'm not aware of that. All I can tell you at the moment is that we have halted the tree felling. We have set up the independent panel, which, thanks to your campaign actually, it was one of the suggestions that we need some independence opinions brought into this whole situation. And therefore we canvass the street where the trees are proposed to be felled. We take representation from residents of that street, but also I understand that people within the Trees campaign will contribute too. And then if more than 50% of people object to any tree felling, then it has to go to an independent panel. And the reason for that is, and I have said on, in fact, I think it was last year on this hot seat, that we only fell trees where they meet our particular policy regarding, the 6Ds, which is around damaging, disease, dead, dying, discriminatory, etc. So we wouldn't propose to fell a tree that didn't meet that criteria. So if it does meet that criteria and people on the street still want to keep it, then we bring in some independence to try and, basically to try and sort of advise the council on whether there is anything else that we can do other than fell that tree
and
take
have trees
into
been
account.
saved by this process?
Well, it's only just started,
right.
You see. It
and
started last week.
Could I just, sorry, I was just going to say, could I interrupt?
You can,
This is all very well and good, Julie, and whether or not one agrees with the principle of the panel, I mean, some people don't. They think it's a very divisive idea, actually, dividing neighbour against neighbour. And also, it's about people who work in those streets, people who pass there every day. It's not just about the residents, and it's the whole question of who owns the trees. Well, the whole of Sheffield does. But can I bring you back to what my original point was, which was we have proof that the trees are being felled before the letters are actually arriving on the doorsteps of the residents.
Thank you.
But Anne, I did say, I'm sorry, at the beginning, I accept your outrage. I am not aware. I've explained what the policy is, that we are sending out these consultation surveys, etc. I don't think it's divisive, to be honest, because the we have as many requests to fell trees as we have to save trees as well, and there are people that feel that they have trees on their street. It's probably not your street, but they're around the city. There are people that have trees on their street, in front of their doors, on the street, aside of bus stops, etc., where they believe they're dangerous, they're dying, or they restrict people with disabilities. So we have to take that into account just as much as the fact that we want to retain as many trees as we possibly can. So the independence is meant to help us do that and actually remove that division between us.
And thank you very much for the call. I'm sure we shall come back to it.